And we're back. Uh,
Hey, baby.
back by popular demand. That demand being me. I'm the only podcast host, so I said Renner gets to come back. Hey, buddy.
Hey, it's a pleasure to be back, man. I mean, at least I didn't like lay a huge stinker, so at least I get one more show at the rodeo before getting booed off stage.
Yeah, you're our first round pick, and you have one more chance to prove it before we cut you loose. Send you to the Jets.
Hey, don't
Um,
be using any of our Jets deep dive right up front. That's
we got to save that content for later. I know that's why everyone's here. We want to talk about the Jets for an hour.
we'll try to go easier on the Jets this week and just like gloss over it. I think there's more interesting teams to talk about, like the Tennessee Titans, but
Yeah, I'm sure there's exactly 0 Jets fans in our league, so we kind of wasted a lot of time on that last week.
I know.
But
What if there was just
fantasy-wise,
one
it's pretty important.
huge Jets fan, and I get somebody like texting me like Benda was crying to me over the Chiefs discussion? So, hey, well, I'm sorry for the one Jets fan, but here we
Yeah,
go. I can't help what the people want. The world. This is hard, fast analysis coming at the people, and we're flying by the seat of our pants. So it's not going to be perfect every day, but this
it's
is what
just
you
how
get.
we feel.
It's all from the heart, not from the mind. And as it goes on, a few of these.
Exactly. You were saying, what are you drinking again? A little Irish, not Irish,
Oh,
Japanese whisk.
I'm drinking a little Japanese, the Hachizaki. So if they are interested in sponsoring this up and coming pod,
Yep.
absolutely here to just take any samples you want me to talk about and sample on the pod. Absolutely love it.
Yeah, our viewership and listenership peaked at around 42 years ago, and it's been steadily declining since. So
Oh
hop
wow.
on while
Well,
you can.
hey, that means there's only one way to go, which is up, which, like our bets, we will get to that later.
We're due. This podcast is due for a massive bump.
Absolutely.
Should I
Absolutely.
start? Should I start buying some like content farms in India and just boost these numbers out the fucking roof?
I mean, sounds like a very, very safe investment. Not only that, like we'll be able to pay for it with our new featured segment that's on the pod
Oh yeah,
with our team parlays. So just letting the good folks, the good gentlemen of the D League know that you are going to be funding our endeavors for pod listen farm. I don't know, to farm listeners. That's really what it is.
yes. And if you follow our lead, you're going to be very, very rich. Potentially once
Hey,
out of every 18 weeks.
exactly. I mean, no promises. This is not a financial chat here, so we're not
Yes.
going to tell you, how to save your good hard American dollars. But this is a good bet, you and I.
Everything we do from this point on is to try and break even from the last 9 weeks. So just know
Yeah.
it's just going to keep getting worse, and the bets get bigger because we just need to make it all back in one.
Yeah. And plus, hey, you know what, man? If you're not betting it out there, if you're not putting it out there, how are you ever going to get it back? So you
Right.
got to keep getting up on that pony and ride that bucking bronco. So anyway, uh
Dude, how's your
dude,
week, man?
it's
Were you
killer,
hungover
bro.
on Thursday like I was?
Pretty hungover. I didn't know that the pod would drive me to drink,
Mhm.
but it did. So here I am, trying not to replicate the same mistakes by opening a whole bottle, and maybe I'll go light this week, halfsies.
Just half the bottle this time. I said earlier before we were recording that I instead of 3 old fashions I only did 2. So I'm not as already annihilated by the time we hit record, which might prevent me from saying some things I didn't want to last week.
I did
Whoops.
listen back. I did listen back. I was like, wow, my mouth was I was thinking, but my mouth was talking faster than I was thinking. And there's like some segues and transitions where I'm just like, all right, it kind of made sense in the moment, but damn, doesn't make sense now that I hear it back. But
Yeah, every time and whenever I listen it back, I pick out immediately like the things that I misspoke or I was talking about something else, but my brain didn't connect to my mouth, and so whoever was listening was like, "What was that? He's talking about something that doesn't make any sense." Anyway, that we don't have an editor. The recorder and editor is just me, so there's not going to be any redos. There's not going to be any new takes. What you get me is raw, uncut.
That's right. That's what the people want, dude. They don't
Yeah.
want, people's cut, opinion together to make it sound succinctly perfect and blah 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 blah. They just need they want it raw. So, and that's what we
People
like
just
about
want you to be
baby.
honest.
Wow.
You know.
Give the people what they want.
Yep. So yeah, what'd you get up to this weekend?
This
Much
weekend, I
shit?
don't know.
Baby stuff?
It's baby stuff. We got some spooky bets, some spooky costumes. We're I don't know. What do you? So Katie, Ro, and we're going as the Men in Black, and we got Ro like this little cute like alien costume. I'll send you a picture after. She's absolutely adorable. So also is like, what do we already have in our closet? I've got black ties.
Yeah.
And what do we not want to spend money on? Because we're gonna like put the suit coat on and like take a couple pictures, and then it's gonna be sweatpants, and yeah, that's our new Halloween. Used to be leather jumpsuits and tight jock straps. Really steals in the flavor, but yeah, now it's bedtime in by 6:30 or whatever. Like watching a movie 6:30, and it's gonna be great. So.
I actually asked what you did last week.
Oh, see, I didn't even hear you.
Now I know what you did.
Off to a great start. Hey, who cares what I did last week? What are you doing for Halloween, baby? What are you doing?
Well, so this is what I was always confusing, and it's affected my ability to celebrate Halloween because, like in college, there'd be like homecoming and Halloween. They were always like right around the same, and you never knew which weekend you're actually supposed to celebrate. So after we graduated, I was always like, because Halloween would be on like a Wednesday, homecoming would be that Saturday. So I would miss all the Halloween stuff going on in Ames because they would do it the weekend before, and then I would miss all the Halloween stuff in Kansas City because I would then be at homecoming. So for like 15 years, I never dressed up, and then last year was the first time I got to dress up, and it was because I had a baby and we didn't do anything. So then this last weekend, I actually went to a Halloween party with a bunch of our like newer friends. We met this group through pickleball. They're the ones that was gonna invite you to a little something a couple years ago. They rented out a spot behind a liquor store in North Loop, and this guy like curated a list of 8 short independent horror films. So we all dressed up, watched that, and then afterwards it was just like tons of booze, Halloween like playlist. It was pretty fucking sick. So I finally actually got to dress up and celebrate a real Halloween for like the first time in a decade. But then this weekend we're going to be at homecoming, so I won't be in a costume or anything. But
so you're not going to dress up, go to Estas, eat Darth Vader or something like that?
Dude, the last time I tried to do both, Bendon and I dressed up as Sub-Zero and Reptile, and we came back to Ames, and literally nobody else in the bar was dressed up. Everyone had done it the weekend before, so never again. But yeah, tomorrow we're going over to Elise, my sister-in-law's. Mary and I are going to be chefs, and she's going to be a little rat for like Ratatouille. So
Ratatouille, that's cute.
Yeah,
very cute.
I've actually never seen it, but heard it's good.
Oh man, you should watch the movie. I mean, either today or after the pod.
I prefer the book.
Yeah. Oh, you read the book?
Yeah. More about the lore.
Picture book or like like a novel? All right, people don't want to hear us talk about Ratatouille. They want to hear us talk about how the week went in football. What's going to happen this week?
Yeah. I lost to Nigro. Nigro is 1-6 in our league, only worse than you. Yes. He's now tied with you.
Yep.
He averages about 98 points a week. I average about 128, and he scored 130 on me, the most he's scored all season. So,
hey,
what are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do? I mean, because also too, I was talking bad shit about Zachar's team, and then he absolutely fist pounded me, and that feels really good losing to Zachar, especially when I needed the win to stay in the hunt. I mean, there's still a slight chance.
Yeah, I talked shit about Zachar, and he dropped like a 160 on me. So don't talk about Zachar on the pod if you're about to play him. He's going to destroy you.
Okay. Noted. So
But yeah,
what we
it was
need to
kind of my
do is
fault. Huh?
Oh, I was gonna say what we need to do is we need to get whoever Zacher is playing on the pod to talk shit about Zacher, and then bet all of Zacher's overs. And there it
Yes.
is, baby. This is the path, the sure path to money.
Now we're talking. He is playing Burrell. I bet Burrell will be
Oh,
pretty entertaining on the pod. So maybe I can
that
get a hold of him at some point.
that would be actually. Let's see. Well, who is coming up week 9? Anything good?
For you
Oh, I
or
got
for
Will.
Zacher?
Yeah, I'm gonna lose. Thank you, by courtesy of the Sea Cows and Will. There's no way I win.
That's sad.
Yeah, that Will's gonna end my playoff hunt, my career, my.
I'll see Will this weekend. We're gonna be staying with him, and maybe I can put in a good word for you and try to get him to throw it.
Maybe what you should do is give him a couple drinks and then take his phone, go into sleeper, update his team. Let me drop a few players maybe, or just bench him. I don't want to kneecap him. Maybe just slow him down a little bit.
I'll do my best.
You do have a big match though against Andrew.
Yeah, Murray's right on my tail. This is a back-to-back weeks. I'm like a 20-point favorite, but as we saw last week, anything can happen. I did kind of fuck myself. I benched Montgomery for Jordan Mason.
Ooh.
Montgomery was up against what I thought was the number one running defense in the Titans, and then that didn't work out. And then Mason got injured immediately. And then I also benched fucking McLaurin for DJ Moore because I didn't know if Daniels was going to play. And then last year, the 40-point game that DJ Moore had was against Washington. And I mean, I still put up 120, but those two things would have won me the week. So nobody to blame but myself.
I always
too
think
smart.
it's like it's the worst in fantasy, and I don't know what others think, but I'm always curious of your opinion here because it's like I'd rather just lose outright and then also look at my bench and be like, okay, there was nothing I could have done. Then it's a straight gentleman's L, right? But when you look at your bench, you're like, I literally could have started one other player, or fine, maybe two other players, and I would have easily had this. It is more than infuriating. I feel like everybody goes through those swings, and everybody knows what I'm talking about. So I think that's the worst way to lose.
It really is. What do you? If it's a random player that just blows up, like I can live with that because there's like a never in a million years that I would play them. But when it's Montgomery and McLaurin, who are both
when
top
David
10,
Montgomery is rushing for 2 TDs and throwing for 1, and you didn't start him.
Yeah. He did only have 14 points, so like.
What? He only had 14 points?
He only had one touchdown.
So then
then threw one
touchdown. I thought he had 2.
But a lot of that was like the Lions had like 200 yards on special teams, so they were just in the red zone always. So it was a weird game, but yeah, I don't know. If it was like I don't know, fucking Cedric Tillman or something that just blew up and I could have won, whatever. But
yeah,
I was waffling between those two guys and I made the wrong decision, and that hurts my feelings. Yeah, Halloween Bash. And then, we can get to the big thing that we want to talk about, the betting strategy. So what we said last week was there's a couple of teams that are far and away the best. They have the most points for in the league. That's Langton, that's Benda, and Hanks. So we thought, little genius move here, we should start betting their shit so that we can make money off of them being really good. My first thought was, let's take a look at these first 3 rosters and find the common ground here. And the only 2 players that was that showed up twice was Jaden Reed and Drake London. Langton had London and Benda had Reed, and then Hanks had both. So we bet all the overs for receptions, yardage, and to score touchdowns for Reed and London. And then not only did they not hit literally any of those numbers, he got under on all of those, but Hanks got his first loss of the season.
And I was curious because I can't see. I literally haven't noted. I want to know if Langton also won because
he did.
I mean, to make matters worse, then we go on to bet Langton's team. So we did Drake London.
Langton's in our league. You can see it.
Oh, he is? He is.
He's GMAX.
I didn't pay legend. Wait, is he in our league? 1 second. Where is Langdon?
He's playing.
G-Rex.
The
Oh,
team's in
Langdon, you
G-Rex,
are
yeah.
there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
6-2, dude.
yeah. Let's see. Yeah, and guess what? Langdon lost. So literally the curse is real. So maybe some people don't want us betting their teams because whatever we touch, we are absolutely dooming them to live in purgatory. But
Yes.
yeah. Sorry about that, Langdon. Because
No, he won.
well,
He won.
wait, he did?
Yeah, he beat Cum
What week am I
132
looking
to
at?
114.
What week? What week are we in?
We're on 9. Last was 8. Yeah, because he has Hurts, who had 35 points.
Oh yeah, he had Hurts. Yeah. So
Who
I
was
don't know
scoring
why.
touchdowns, but not the way we wanted him to.
Exactly. Okay. So yeah, that's what I had noted earlier. Yes, never mind.
Yeah.
I just misread that. The graphic. See on the graphic where it says he's in the red and T come. I didn't even look at the score. I just looked at the green bar and now the analytics lied to me. But anyway, Langdon still won, but we bet Drake London over 1 touchdown, lost that. Romeo Doubs touchdown, lost that. Cade Otton, that was our hit. Zach Moss missed that. Saquon Barkley got like 3 touchdowns poached away from him. We needed just him to have 1 touchdown. Jalen Hurts could have thrown 2 TDs, but no, decided to like run those in. I don't know. And then even Buffalo in their smoke show of a game, yeah, only kicked 1 field goal. So we out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, we only hit one of 7. So that yikes.
If you bet the opposite, you would have nearly made a shitload of money.
Right, and I do want to like say this because I think we need to align on what we're doing here, because I do kind of like your approach, but I also like these all team bets because you literally can place $5 and depending on the odds, like this week, put $5 down to win 2,000. So I'm like, well, okay, we can do a couple of these fun ones, and I think we should. Once we get down into the deeper leagues, when you do your little analysis, we should cherry pick a couple teams. I don't always think they have to be the highest scorers, but let's get some more names out here on the pod and let's like pick some of their teams because they could go down in a hail of gunfire or back to the big house, baby.
Yeah, I thought my process was okay. Like these are the common players on the best teams.
Right.
Just the results didn't end up, which is kind of how I bet everything, right? I know a lot more than the teams and coaches do, but for some reason it just never works out.
Hey, you know what? It's okay. It's okay.
Oh, also it was National Tight Ends Day, and there was like 14 tight end touchdowns, and we somehow didn't get money on any of them. I made 1 in the afternoon and hit Kittle. That was it,
Yeah.
I think. Like throughout the entire morning session, like fucking 11 touchdowns went to tight ends. Then when I finally bet it, there was nothing.
Yeah. So
that was painful.
So if people are interested, you got my number. I feel like eventually once we get into a rhythm of this, we should almost like look at these before the pod and like put down like our picks so like people can either tail us or fade us. And we should start like a running counter of what we're in for. And there's some analytics work behind this, but
yeah, we got to crunch the numbers. We got to do our algorithms.
Exactly. Yep. Yeah, got to predict that. So anyway,
You're right.
Okay, end rant. That's our loser streak, but it will turn around.
Oh, for sure. Next up, we'll go college football really quick. So Iowa State won 2 weeks ago, and then they were on a bye, and since then they've dropped 2 spots. Even when they beat UCF, they went down a spot, and then BYU beat UCF, I guess more convincingly, 2 touchdowns ish, and they jumped 7 spots in the rankings. Also, there's like, isn't Missouri still ranked? Like, there's all these SEC teams that are still ranked, even though they've just been beating up on each other like the Big 12 has. It's just like out of control fucking SEC bias going on right now. What is the top 25?
Right. Well, so looking at that now, I just don't know how BYU jumped so high.
Fucking massive.
When they were, I thought they were. What rank is your poll showing? I thought they were like.
I see 9 on, so not 7 spots, but 3.
Yeah, I actually thought they jumped. I thought they jumped to like. Not gonna lie, I saw them at 4 in some forecast or some shit like that. I know that seems
Maybe it was the
wild.
Reddit poll. The Reddit one does their own. But yeah, okay, Missouri, 6-2. They're still ranked.
They're still ranked, but yeah,
SMU,
25.
Ole Miss, 6-2. LSU, 6-2. Alabama, 6-2. So yeah, that's 3 SEC teams that have 2 losses that are still ranked in the top 25. A&M's ahead of us at 7-1. Yeah, I don't know. Stupid. We should be. I don't know. It's fun being an Iowa State fan because I can simultaneously be pissed off that we're underranked and also not want to be ranked at all. I get it. I get a little bit of both, you know.
I hear you there. I am just wondering though, like, what is the is the UCF victory really that significant to BYU? Like to move them up above, I don't know, Clemson. I don't know. Like I'm just like wondering how they jumped so many spots. Whether it's this poll or the Reddit poll, because I think we both saw the same one where I literally thought they were like a top 5 team, and that's what I was about to come on here and bitch about. So, but I still fine. We should have. I mean, we should have done business and taken care of UCF, like we ranted last week about. But Iowa State coming off the bye, we have homecoming, Texas Tech. Like, does that? Who does BYU play next week? Sorry, because my whole point is around that.
So they're number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They're number 8 in the Reddit poll, but they would have been much lower earlier.
I mean, so they play Utah, so like BYU's kind of that's probably like an auto win for them.
Is Tech good? Are we going to kill them? I don't know.
Is Texas Tech good?
I don't think they're that good.
I mean, they put up a little bit of a fight here and there. I think they handle TCU last week.
So they got murdered by Baylor. They lost to TCU by 1.
By 1.
They lost. They beat Arizona and they beat Cincinnati. Yeah, Baylor put 60 on them.
Yeah,
that's pretty embarrassing. So
if we don't drop 50 plus points on them, is that a poor reflection on our offense that I think can, hold them to, or sorry, our defense that can hold them below 20 points, and our offense is explosive enough in certain cases when they're grooving, right? When they're moving and grooving. Like, if we don't put up 50 points, do we not move a spot?
I can see that. Also, I feel like one of the reasons that BYU ended up beating UCF so much is, did you see they had a fake field goal that went for a touchdown?
Yeah.
So like trick bullshit, like
Got to be ready for it. Why did Iowa State do that? Why did we throw in some fake punts that went for touchdowns?
I think my favorite play so far this year for Iowa State was the fake QB like smash play into like 30-yard bomb to our tight end. That was I don't know why people don't do that all the fucking time. I guess they wouldn't fall for the fake anymore, but it was wide open, or not wide open, but it was an amazing one-handed catch from Brammer. And when you're at like 1 inch to go, brilliant play.
Everybody thinks you're running it.
Yeah.
Also, too, it's like the brotherly shove in Philly. I mean, the tush push always works. Like, why? Just because everybody's ready for it doesn't mean it won't work. But it always works. So
yeah, even this last week, I thought Hurts actually got stuffed on one, and nope, he just pushed the ball on through.
Yep. So I don't know, man. It'll be interesting to see. I like it. Like we talked about before. I think it's all going to come down to our K-State game and whether or not we're in the Big 12 championship. Because when you look at BYU's schedule, I don't see how they don't just go undefeated and
yeah.
Because they have, I mean, Kansas put up a fight against K-State, but we're also of the opinion that K-State's not it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, they got Arizona State and Houston, so I think BYU has a huge potential just to go on a run and go undefeated. So we absolutely cannot drop one in our schedule at any point.
Well, I'll be there. I'll be in the crowd with Benda and Benda's dad. I'm not sure if his mom's going to be there too, and Tishan. We'll all be together, and we'll potentially have Rosemary and Merritt, but they might chill back at Will's. But we'll be there, and believe me, if things aren't going well, I'm going to let them know.
I expect to see
know.
you on TV. If things aren't going well, I expect to see you on TV, shirt off, running across the field with some message painted on your body, like get the boys fired up.
I'll do my best. All right, on the NFL, or more NFL. Vikings seem to have spent their bye week trying to figure out how to be terrible on defense. They got run over by the Lions, other than a kind of a fluky touchdown, and then Matt Stafford just fucking eviscerated them. There was one pick. They had no sacks, no pressures, no anything. And the Rams, who have they're on their 9th offensive line combination, just destroyed the Vikings defense. So now I'm very concerned. I thought it was just the Lions are that good, but when 40-year-old Stafford just fucking throws up 400 on you, that's pretty concerning.
It's
I didn't like that.
Too, like with Puka, I mean, you can see what the Rams look like now that they're. I mean, I don't think they're 100% back, right? Because, but getting Kupp and Puka back, was such a difference maker, and it actually makes it interesting too, because I think the NFC West then is still wide open, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like the Rams, there is a path for the Rams, and they might be the best team as of right now. Because they have the team chemistry. I think everybody's coming back from injury versus look at San Francisco, and we talked about it last week with Ayuk. Is he really wide receiver number one? Yeah, sure, but or maybe not. But he's a huge part of that offense when it comes to wide receiver 2 and just getting allowing other folks to get open because there's eyes on him. Obviously you get Christian back, but at the same time, what is Seattle? Who is Seattle? I mean, Arizona had a nice win against Miami. Yeah, high scoring, but you're playing the Dolphins. First week 2 is back, and I don't know, don't really show up or show out. So I mean, good for them for the win, but I don't know, man. I think the Rams look like the most complete team coming out of there, and I think beating the Vikings was the staple win. Last week, or comparative to what the other teams in the NFC West are kind of putting together. So I don't know.
For sure. I was very surprised at how I thought the Seahawks were going to be really, really good, but they've been so up and down and shitty. I thought Arizona was going to be a little bit better than they are. And the 49ers, I actually kind of called it in the beginning of the podcast season. I thought that back-to-back 2 Super Bowl losses was going to tank that team. It actually ended up mostly being injuries, but you can kind of just tell they're not themselves. They're missing so many guys. And I mean, Purdy it's definitive. Purdy's very good, but he actually does not have any help. Mason's gone. CMC's gone. Debo is shitting his brains out. Ayuk is out for the season. Even their backup, Juan Jennings, is gone. Well, luckily they have a bye, but pretty sure CMC is going to be back week 10. So Mason's not really a thing anymore unless CMC gets hurt again or he just doesn't come back. But yeah, they're in a world of hurt because they already lost to the Rams.
Right.
So yeah, it's Rams were 2-something coming into the game, and now they're 3 and whatever, and in control of the division somehow.
Yeah, I mean, they dropped a bunch in 1 second. Where are the Rams? Where are the Rams? Yeah, they're 3 and 4. I mean, they're on a little win. I think they feel like they have a mojo, and now they have this week against the Seahawks in Seattle. I don't know, man. I think the Rams can just go in and do exactly what the Bills did. They have the talent. They have better on paper a better wide receiver core. Dude, that Kyren Williams dude is a beast of a man.
He rules.
That dude is I mean, you talk about Derrick Henry, a touchdown machine. That Williams dude, he is an animal when it comes to just finding that end zone and busting tackles. He's a big boy. So I don't know, man. People, I hate to put it out there and jinx the Rams because whatever I say, like exactly the opposite happens. But I don't know, man. I think that the Rams go in and actually like give it to them on Sunday.
Yeah, and Zacher made the playoffs last year based on a pickup of Kyron Williams, and somehow our league let him get him again. And look at it go. He's the number one overall scorer in our league now, based on Him Williams.
Kai Him, is that his? Is that like?
Kai
Am I
Him,
saying
yeah.
his name wrong?
No, that's his nickname for him.
I know.
Oh, you did get it. My bad. All right, that's on me.
It's a dad joke, dude. It's I'm still like warming into this role of like dad. So like, sorry, I was still trying to work out the kinks, build the muscle. My delivery, though, if you didn't get the joke, then I guess it was just perfect dad level that I had to explain my own joke. So
I think my dad meter is going like to where I can't detect sarcasm anymore. Trying to sincerely explain things to people.
Yeah. No, Dan. Let me sit you down and tell you a lesson here.
Listen. Yeah. All fun and games, right? No.
Straight to business you are.
Exactly. Next up, we can kind of gloss over these. The Commanders' Hail Mary was incredible. Jaden Daniels making himself or getting away from people for like 15 full seconds. The throw was, a little short, but that was fucking awesome. That was literally the only reason that I was like sort of in it versus Nigro was just that one play gave me like 6.5 points. It was fucking great. And then the Jets, who else do we got to trade for? They have Hassan Haskins now. He finally started playing. Right. They have Adams. They got Lazard. I don't know who else Rodgers needs, but the shit's over.
I think it's done, man. 1 second though, because going back, I know you said gloss over, but the Commanders Hail Mary, like I feel like that just I already thought Jaden was better than Caleb, but it's just like everybody was hyping it up as the rookie, like the rookie battle, the quarterback battle. I'm just like, dude, good for Jaden, man. Like I think overall just like a better NFL quarterback at this point in time. So, and plus you got to get lucky sometimes, right? You got to get those wins.
Well, even without that touchdown, Jaden
looked better the whole game.
Circles around, and the Washington defense has not been good. The Chicago defense has been very good, and Jaden was phenomenal other than kicking a bunch of field goals. And Caleb,
I know that they kicked like five freaking field goals or whatever. Like, I mean, so some of those needed to be touchdowns. I mean, but I think they'll iron those kinks out. But maybe Ben will get his like rocks off when I say this. But like, if you're gonna go play the Chiefs, you gotta be putting more than field goals on the board. And you're gonna play some stout defenses here coming up. So, I mean, especially come playoff time, which I think that they were gonna make. I think that they're the best team in the NFC East. So I don't see them. I see a path to the playoffs for them. Well, and at this record, 6-2 or whatever, like they could have a home game.
Hell yeah, they might beat the fucking Eagles in a couple weeks. Like, why not? Jaden's that good.
I do. I think they could. But
so DJ Moore has played with a lot of dog shit quarterbacks before. He's on pace for his worst season ever. And Caleb Williams is like supposed to be this generational QB who has the best situation of all the rookie QBs, and the guy is struggling.
I just wish you wouldn't talk about DJ Moore because I have him in another league, and I'm just not going well there either. So
it's sad.
It's pain. It's pain all around.
It has been, and you can tell sometimes on the sideline they cut to him and he's just so mad. And like, I get it. Like when they do throw it to DJ Moore, it's like a screen 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage. He gets fucking destroyed. So
I will say, like one player can change your entire like team. Well, it's changed my entire franchise in the Dynasty League. Used to be like eating dog dicks for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and like draft Jaden Daniels, and he's literally he's given life. My players don't even know each other, but he's given life to the entire team, and they're all doing better because of him.
Yeah, he's the one. He's the chosen one.
So
To lead
anyway,
the Nice Hands Marty to glory. Or what is your team
this
name?
is some sort of glory.
You are Nice Hands Marty. Yeah. Okay. Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
All right. On to Titans. Got fucking dad dicked 52 to 14 by Goff. Goff at one point, I think it was the third quarter, he had like 23 yards and 2 touchdowns, and they were down
Yes.
like 35 points.
Yes. And then I think what does he end up? So he ends up with like 85 yards and 3 tutties. But like,
Yeah.
and it's just like I'm glad I have Goff in my other league too. But it's just like, oh my god. Did you see? I did right here. Did you see that stat though that popped up in the game where it's like got like between the entire team of passing, they have 19 like pass incompletions to 21 touchdowns. So like in whatever span of that was, they're like Goff is like throwing money balls right now.
Holy
And
shit.
it popped up during the game. I had to write that down. So I could be
That's
making it up
unreal.
too, but yeah.
No, I believe it because I'm pretty sure last week Goff was like he missed one pass.
Yeah. He's
That's
going back to back.
unbelievable.
I think he missed 3 this past weekend or whatever. Like, I mean, the dude is a fucking G. Like, I don't
They're
know.
such a machine, dude. It's insane.
They're
I'm
fun,
always
and they're
like,
fun to watch. And they
yeah,
are fun to watch. Like they are like what the NFL is like trying to aspire to be, where like people are just like going batshit crazy in the end zone and scoring a bunch of points and giving the fans what they want. Like, nobody wants to watch baseball anymore, right? Like low scoring games. Sorry, baseball fans. But but that's why the NFL is making all these rules. I mean, they are literally the epitome of what the NFL is like. Please give us these just insane high scoring games.
well, and it's like everybody wants Gibbs to be the guy, but then Monty will just break 7 tackles, and you're like, oh wait, that's old school football. Oh wait, here's Jameer Gibbs, 70-yard touchdown. Oh,
Yeah.
here's a trick play where the running back throws it to a wide open Laporta for 50 yards. Like they're doing everything. It's incredible. It
Dude,
fucking rocks.
and the offensive coach, I mean, like how long? Sorry, Ben Johnson,
Ben
right? So,
Johnson, yeah,
like, how long can he actually stay an offensive coordinator in Detroit? I'm glad that he like ran it back, right? Like he made a
yeah,
conscious decision. Was like, I don't want any of the shitty jobs out there. Like,
yeah.
I want to go to a team that I want to go to. But this dude is scheming it up, and it's
He's the
so
best.
fun to watch.
He's the best in the
Sean
biz.
McVay and all these guys. He probably now is like the lead offensive mind in the NFL.
Yeah, it's a beauty to watch. I'm always like, as a Montgomery owner, I'm always like a little worried because he needs a touchdown because all he really does is run. I mean, he does have a couple catches, especially that fucking beast one a couple weeks ago. But the good thing about the Lions is they will just get him a touchdown in the first quarter. Like, great. I think every single game so far this year he's scored in the first quarter, with the
Dude,
exception of the one he got injured in. So it's just like,
yeah.
well, all right, now I don't have to worry about this for the next, I don't know, 72 hours. Like, it's good. He got it. Whatever.
I don't have to worry about it for the next week until I have to worry about it
Yeah,
again.
yeah. I have to. Oh, please God, please God. Oh,
Yeah.
he scored, and now he's throwing a touchdown. Great. Awesome.
Yeah.
Good. I don't know why I'm always so worried about my boy, but he continues to crush it. He's not even scoring like. I mean, he is scoring on the one, but a lot of his touchdown runs are from like 5-10 yards out, and he
Yeah.
just beasts through people. Oh, it's beautiful.
It's a beauty, and we love him more because he's from Iowa State. And did you see? I don't know who said it. I can't give props and credit where credit is due because I don't know where it is. But did you see like people are now like on Twitter or X whatever, calling them
X and everything app.
Sonic and Knuckles?
Oh
Or
yeah. They wanted to update their own nickname.
Yeah. So
Originally, it was
that's
Peanut Butter and
cute.
Jelly.
Team chemistry.
Yeah, Sonic and Knuckles is pretty solid, but I think you can't make your own nickname up. It needs to be decided. No offense, Monty.
But I did want to say too, but like I like last point on this Detroit Lions game, but it's like the Titans. So obviously I'm a big Mike Vrabel fan,
For sure.
Pats fan. So you get rid of a dude who is like been pretty steady Eddie, consistent. Like I do think like the Titans were better last year. They were better 2 years before. Mike Vrabel definitely he gets fired. And then now you go, now what? This is the product that you put on the field, and you're 1-6 or whatever their record is. It's terrible. Like, when do you start just like tanking? I mean,
Oh yeah,
the Titans suck.
Will Levis blows ass,
Right.
and
So
Mason
the Will
Rudolph
Levis
isn't taking
experiment
it
is over,
anywhere.
right? They're going to be drafting a quarterback next year.
Well, I don't know. Like, I would assume so, but everything was ruined after Josh Allen figured it out. Because now there's like the Will Levises, the Anthony Richardsons, all these people who can't play football, but like after 2 or 3 years, everyone thinks that maybe because they're freaks of nature, they can figure it out. There's this weird problem, like everybody like they draft a quarterback high to a shit
Yeah.
team. That quarterback does terribly, and then they bail on the quarterback. And it's
Yep.
like I don't understand how we all see this, and then the ownership doesn't. Like Indianapolis, you bench Anthony Richardson, which I kind of get because he took himself out of the game. That was very strange, and showed like a lack of being a grown up. But like when you draft somebody that high, you have to have a plan, right? We're either going to play him and keep playing him until he figures it out for a couple of years, or we're just going to bench him for a couple of years to
Right.
learn, like Jordan Love. It's all these teams like the Colts and Carolina, they're ruining everybody. Like Bryce isn't going to learn. He was benched. He's starting. Now he's benched. Now he's starting again.
Right.
Anthony Richardson started. Now he's benched. Then he was starting again. Now he's benched again. Like your team doesn't know what you're trying to do. And I like the Patriots in the beginning. Protect May. Let Brissett basically take grenades for an entire season.
And he did. That dude got bodied.
Absolute hero. Games. Like he should have a Purple Heart. Fucking legend. Yeah. And they put Drake May in for 2 games. He gets concussed. This is what we knew was going to happen.
A game,
what the fuck are you doing?
Quarter or whatever. Like, dude.
You
2 games. Like,
I don't understand. You get halfway through the season, you're losing like you knew you were going to, presumably. And then you go, no, we need to change. Like, we need to get some dubs. For what? You're going to ruin your draft pick. What the fuck are you guys doing? Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of weird QB situations going on right now that it's just billionaire owners that can't, like, they are just dick measuring and they can't figure out how to run a team.
Yeah, and I think I think Colts are in a different, just a tiny bit different situation because they have a serviceable backup. Where I think actually Joe Flacco makes the Colts better than with Anthony Richardson. So like I do think like Joe Flacco is a dude you can sit behind and learn from. To your point, which is like should just start Joe Flacco. Like the Browns should have never let Joe Flacco go. They should have just kept Joe Flacco. And I think the Browns could actually, with Joe Flacco, win. Like they could win games, and they could. I don't know if they're going to the Super Bowl.
Shit, the Browns just beat Baltimore with Winston.
Don't even talk to me about that. Don't even bring that shit up.
Who's taking down the Ravens? Who could it be? I don't know. Jameis Winston.
I do it because I'm cursed. I said it so it wouldn't happen. I said it. I guess I apologize to Benda. I'm very sorry that I thought that the Baltimore Ravens are a dump truck, and they still are. But dude, if you watch that Ravens game, Dan, what the fuck was that? Like seriously, all those drop balls, and then what was it, Rashard Bateman like losing the ball, like that 70-yard dime that like blasts him in the chest, and he's just like gets up and he's like pointing out at the sun. He's like, I mean, dude, these dudes, and they drop picks, they drop touchdown catches. It was a absolute. Nothing else to say here than shit show. Like I don't even know what else to say that game was, but. My golly, they couldn't even help me prove a point.
That's the thing about the Ravens is some games it'll just be like the wide receivers just they can't catch anymore, and then other times it'll be wide open guys that Lamar overthrows by like an inch.
Yeah,
because there was one bomb to I think Zay Flowers that he had like 3 yards on a guy, and Lamar overthrew
that was a touchdown.
him.
I know your type. Yep.
And
I don't know if the addition of Deontay Johnson actually helps the Ravens by any means.
Yeah.
Probably help some fantasy owners of Deontay Johnson.
And Lamar.
Right? Wouldn't you think?
I would think so. Yeah. Well, I don't. They just came out and said that nothing's changing between Flowers and Bateman as far as wide receiver 1 and 2, but I don't see any world where Johnson is not better than Bateman. Like Johnson's a
Right.
really good wide receiver, so give it a couple weeks and I'm sure he's going to be producing. And if you're a Lamar manager, like it's just going to be better.
Right.
So, I don't know.
Yeah.
That was a head scratching game, but also really funny. It's just
You heard it
like
here,
it's
folks.
our fucking luck, you know. Like
I know. I'm you know what? We'll still see. I still think coming out of the AFC, I guess, do believe that the Ravens will be seeing the Chiefs in the AFC Championship.
I would say so.
Well, sorry. I mean, the Bills still. I don't know if the Bills can put it together. You know, I think the Chiefs are too lucky, and the NFL wants them to succeed. So I am a believer that they are paying the refs to not call on Patty Holmes. But
Oh yeah,
no,
the Chiefs got the Patriots treatment going on right now. They're on their way
Yep.
to a whole dynasty going on.
Yep, absolutely. So
It is
we'll see.
it is
It'll be
written.
tough for the Bills, but I still think Ravens are. I mean, obviously, you saw it when they played the Bills, and I think that's what the Ravens can be.
Yeah. But you said they have a test coming up against the Broncos. The Broncos have been very feisty. They've been good.
Broncos, dude, the Broncos are like kind of a sleeper. You know, Bo
Yeah.
Nix is what is he? He has more. Does he have more? Check. I wish I had a stat guy. What we need is when we build this production out, we need a stat guy because I want to make like the stat up right now. I bet Bo
Nix
Nix
is
has
better
like
than Mahomes.
yeah, he's got more touchdowns than Mahomes. Like think about the top. Okay, so like let's take. I mean, obviously we got. I bet he's got more. Justin Herbert. I don't even know if Justin Herbert has thrown a fucking touchdown this entire season. They've won through field goals. And do you have him?
Oh, he threw 3 because I was playing against him, and he scored. He scored 15 points more than he has the entire season.
Wait, this last week or 2?
Yes,
or
this
when?
last week.
Okay. I haven't even followed the
Incredible.
Chargers the Chargers are like they're so irrelevant to anybody's
Yeah.
like they're not even in the news, like they're not on anybody's like talk, they're not in anybody's radar. They are just the Chargers. They're just a little bit better version of themselves that are like closing out games and winning. But like you don't even hear about like do you know how Herbie is such a good quarterback? He used to shoulder games and like put them on his back and like throw like bombs, 4 touchdowns a game. Where is this Justin Herbert that we knew like a year ago, 2 years ago? What is he even like? So he has 3 touchdowns on the year. Like what? Bo Nix has 11 or something like that. I don't know what it is, but
so he had 2 touchdowns, but he had 280 yards and 40 yards on the ground. So he just is apparently Lamar right now. So against me, I guess.
Nobody's talking about him. Talking about him.
Yeah. Actually, yeah, I want to look at their schedule. What have they been? Because I'm pretty sure Harbaugh's like been doing pretty well. So they beat the Panthers. They beat
Huge
the
win.
Raiders.
I mean, real tough.
Yeah. Raiders, Panthers, lost to the Chargers, lost to the Chiefs,
Okay.
beat the Broncos, lost to the Cardinals, beat the Saints. It's like they haven't really beat anybody.
They haven't really beaten anybody. I mean, the Broncos do have a good defense, and I didn't watch the Broncos game close enough to really give too much commentary here. I think probably like where Bo Nix is maybe still working it in, but like you can see Bo Nix actually like as a rookie quarterback, he kind of is like getting a little bit better every week. Like the Broncos seem like they are getting better every week.
Other than Javonte Williams.
Other than that guy.
I hate him.
And the Chargers play the Browns. Okay, so you know, also too, I shouldn't have been talking so much shit. Again, back to my Ravens thing. Like Jameis Winston, he's a dude. I feel like he's a dude, just like he can rally around him. And like let's not forget, like that man, it has a cannon. Dude throws heat.
Yeah, he's not afraid.
He isn't.
The Jameis Winston interceptions are some of the funniest of all time, but he'll fucking chuck it. And it's a blessing when he does.
Dude, and honestly, back to your Malik Willis point, it's like not Malik.
What?
Plus, I meant the Mayo man on the Titans.
Will Levis.
Will Levis, golly, they all sound the same, don't they?
I know. Yeah,
Names confusing.
they're all shit.
They're like Bryce and Willis. Like they're gonna have to be like journeymen. Like they're gonna have to like maybe they're as good as like maybe like they have a like revival like Sam Darnold or I mean even Jameis who's been kind of a journeyman, but like Jameis is a serviceable, if not QB1, definitely a serviceable backup that I think like can own a locker room.
Yeah.
And I'm
Yeah.
so I wish him nothing but the best.
The 30 for 30 season was one of the greatest seasons in NFL history. 30 touchdowns, 30 interceptions.
Yeah,
Just
I
you never knew
30 for 30, like the ESPN one that I had.
No.
Like,
You never knew like that ball's going up. The camera can't catch it. We have no idea where it's going. Could be a fucking 80-yard bomb, or it could just go right to the defender. Love that shit.
But yeah, man. I mean, obviously, like Chargers, like what I don't know. They're 4-3. They have an obvious path to victory with Browns, Titans, and the Bengals all coming up. I mean, all winnable games for them, especially with the Bengals at the Chargers, at LA. So I don't know. Then it gets a little tougher with Ravens, Falcons, Chiefs. Bucks are banged up, but I mean, they're a serviceable team. So
they could get a wild card.
They could.
Who knows?
They could.
They need a wide receiver, one more, and Herbert will be lights out.
Well, yeah, and also too, why wouldn't they go trade? Like, why are they not trading for a wide receiver? Like, why
don't they have Deontay right now?
Right.
That'd be perfect.
Or DeAndre Hopkins. I still like, or like, why are they? I don't even know who else is out there right now on the block.
Cooper.
But, yeah,
they could have gotten Amari. They could have gotten Deontay. They could have gotten Hopkins.
But it's not like they're paying anybody huge money. They just released a bunch of people because of the money. So, I mean, obviously you're paying Herbert, but
all their wide receivers are like rookies or cheap, super like Palmer's a super cheap wide receiver. Makes no sense. And they got rid of 3 wide receivers last year.
Right. So, like, what is that organization really? I don't know. Why aren't we GMs or head coaches? Like, how hard could this really be?
I would just draft good players and trade for good players. It wouldn't be that difficult.
Yeah. And then, all right, so we'll move on to the next thing because I already apologized. So, Benda, fuck you.
We're at 50 minutes right now.
I mean, game of the week this week, Lions Packers.
Oh. Yeah, it's going to be fucking sick.
What is the line on that game right now?
Let's bet the over immediately.
Yeah.
It probably will be Malik Willis because Love hurt his little dick.
Little pussy. Or a little thing. Shit. I got the over at 48. Like 48 points?
I think 24. I think we take that.
Do we take that right now?
Yeah, why not?
I mean, 48 points.
Do you think the line's going to move up or down?
That's why I hate that. Like early betting is one of
we can wait.
We can wait.
It's only Wednesday.
It might move up because like people are going to look at this game. Like, yes, it's in Green Bay. Yeah. I mean, Green Bay is putting up some points, and I actually do think Malik Willis, who is the backup quarterback for Green Bay, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, I got one right.
Was on the Titans, so I can see why you're confused.
see how easy it is to get confused, man. I mean,
exactly.
Living in the past here, baby. Yeah. I mean, I don't think 48 drops. There's probably no way 48's going down. So
yeah,
I definitely just gonna do a small touchy.
100 bets off if you have a problem.
Yeah,
not like us.
What's the helpline that I?
This is a hobby, not a problem.
I have to call. I've definitely got to call somebody. Doctor, place wager.
Somebody please help me.
I'm sick. I am some sort of a degenerate, but I do have a kids' college fund to stack cash in. So.
All right, so we got that. I'm gonna put a little bit on it too.
Right, I mean, dude, the Lions are getting -3 out -120, but like still, like, how is that possible? Do I
What
mean
if they know
do
that
you
we
think that the Monty is healthy, Gibbs is healthy, Amon-Ra is healthy, Porta's healthy?
They don't have
I mean, are
Jameson
they just thinking
Williams
like
or Hutchinson, but like those guys are kind of ancillary piece. Well, not Hutchinson. Hutchinson's amazing, but like Williams, you don't really need when you have the other guys.
are they just thinking like Jared Goff is about to fall off a cliff here? Is that what they're paying for?
Maybe it
Because
doesn't matter because he can throw for 23 yards and they still win by 50.
and they still win. Like also too, like I know there's a bunch of Packers fans that probably listen to this. Like just because they're at home, like do you think Lambeau is that big of an advantage for the Packers? And I'd almost rather a hurt Love play because he played like dog shit last week, right? I mean, he really did. What did he
Yeah.
do before he went out? Threw two
Not throw to Jaden
interceptions or
Reed.
something? Yeah, exactly. Thank you for that.
He's been on the Brett Favre track though, of like 3-4 touchdowns and 3-4 picks.
Showing his
He's been a wild
winner.
boy.
I mean, we talked about this last week. Like, you cannot give 3 picks, even if it's 2. You cannot give the Lions offense 2 more possessions than they already will get. It's just they will. I think they will just bury you.
Sure.
He only threw 1 interception, so I just thought there was. I just can't believe that Jacksonville was so close. Because that hurt too.
Oh yeah, that did hurt. Ouchie! Ow! Ow! All right, we gotta get. We're already almost out of an hour. We gotta kick it up. Captain Kirk. Kirk O'Chains, comeback player of the year. Favorite?
I think so.
14 touchdowns, 2,106 yards. The only other person, who else would be eligible? Rodgers, obviously not. He fucking blows.
Well, Rodgers isn't I guess he is a comeback player, but so he's not even in the running.
Oh, yeah. It's got it. Like Kirk has to be the favorite. What are the odds on Kirk?
I didn't do enough research, but that's what I put it. That's why we're talking about it. Like, should we taste?
Why don't we just take a little look here? Look.
Like how you're like, oh, we're on the top of the hour.
But this could make me money. So okay, while I'm looking this up, the next thing I want to see is we're currently in wide receiver Armageddon. I don't think I've ever seen a wide receiver position hit this hard. I'm just going to run through the names right now. Rashee Rice was a top 10 wide receiver, is now out for the season. Brandon Ayuk finished in the top 15-ish last year, now out for the season. Nico Collins has missed 4 weeks on IR. Cooper Kupp missed 6 weeks, didn't go to IR for some dumb fuck reason. Puka did go to the IR, missed 7 weeks, now is coming back. Chris Godwin out for the season. Mike Evans out for 4 games-ish. Brian Thomas is currently day-to-day. He just got injured. Higgins missed 3 games already. Missed last week and is currently day-to-day. Jameson Williams is suspended. Currently has a warrant out for his arrest. Devontae Adams missed 3 games off of a fake hamstring injury to go get traded for his best friend. Yep. Christian Kirk broke his clavicle, out for the season. And Stephon Diggs just tore his ACL out for the season. That is fucking insane. Literally all the people I just named are people that would auto start for every single team in the league.
Right.
Oops. That's unbelievable. We're on like 3rd and 4th string wide receivers right now.
And I don't know, man. I mean, we're only halfway through the season too. So like shit is going to be
9, 10, 11,
wilding
12,
out
13,
here.
14.
Hopefully nobody else goes down, especially on my team. I can't afford it.
Yeah, we have 6 more weeks till the playoffs. Like, this is going really bad. Well, some of these guys are coming back at least, but goddamn, a lot of people have eaten a lot of losses because of this shit. Namely me. I have Nico, and I have Kupp, and I have Brian Thomas. Oh wow! All right, I
know you're on the hour thing, baby, but you know what? This is just what people sign up for when you bring me on. So I'd rather do it right than do it fast. So let's get into this. Let's get into this because we got a little more content about the leagues, and that's people can fast forward. So whatever postmark you want to listen to this, fast forward to hour 1, and you'll get to the league shit.
Currently, the only thing I see, this is a sidebar, is offensive rookie of the year. I don't see odds for comeback player of the year right now.
All right, don't.
We'll get back to that
you,
some other time.
you guys don't have. Yeah, we'll do it offline.
Mhm.
Minnesota does.
We'll take this offline. We'll circle back. We'll
Well, crunch the numbers. Whatever.
Yep.
You can say.
So notable results. We'll go to Guggenheim first because it's the first and best. Langton is now in first.
Oh,
Zacher,
Langton, you killed me, dude. You score points and then you don't, put money in the wallet.
somehow, this is how it always goes. The team we bet on wins, but they don't cover. Zacher now has most points for in Guggenheim. Congratulations, Zacher. Will Posler benched 3 guys that scored 20 points and still won, proving that
against
you
me.
don't
Thanks
have
for
to.
that. Oh, no, that was Will in this league.
No, you're playing Will now, yeah.
Yeah.
And all of Guggenheim, every single person in Guggenheim scored over 100. That is, I don't know if I've ever seen that before. That means we're all kind of
that
beasts,
is impressive.
honestly. Yeah. Herman German is a fucking wagon. Or not Herman German, Guggenheim. Herman German sucks, actually. Speaking of Herman German, Benda, still, we're in week 8, going on to week 9. Benda is the overall most points for in the entire league, so out of 84 teams, and he's 5-3 and just lost the first place team, so he's in the 3rd seed right now. I think at this time a couple years ago I was most points for and was 7-0, so you're really fucking up. You need to fix your defense, Benda. Peters Cuervo, Bradley, who was an incredible guest we had last year. I think I need to get him back on. One of the few humans in Peters Cuervo, other than John Tracy. Bradley lost to the bot. He lost to the team that doesn't set their lineup and auto drafted. So,
oh no,
Bradley's having a rough go down in Peters Cuervo.
Sorry, Bradley. Look forward to you being on the pod.
Yes, we'll have to get you on soon. He used to message me all the time about his disasters, but maybe it got too much for him. Newhall, Juice.
Some men cannot take the pain of week over week abuse.
Juice, he has a 2-game lead in Newhall. He's at 7-1. Old Hall, Logan is in first. He also plays Diablo 4 a lot. So if anybody else plays Diablo 4 like myself and Jay Long, I don't know if you play it, Renner.
I do, but I've been doing Space Marine too.
Yeah, baby. We gotta get back on that actually. And he had a kid.
Yeah.
So don't know if anybody knew that or not, but Logan had a kid. Didn't tell anyone, but
we talked about it last week, by the way. But yeah.
Oh, we did?
You just don't listen to anything I say.
Well, I was newly blacked out, so that congratulations on your kid again. Hit me up on Diablo. It is cross-platform. I know you asked me that, Logan, in text, and I forgot to respond. But I was dealing with my own kid. Also in Old Hall, Christian is 0-8. Did we talk about that last week?
No, we definitely
hasn't won yet. I don't know how this went under my radar, but yeah, Christian is 0-8. He is one of the only 2 people that did not have a win in the entire league.
I mean, can we do a little screen share? I mean, just for the people that are on. Let's see what Christian's working with. Like, I mean, I know the man's over in Europe, but that has like let's compare. So Christian's over in Europe. What is Jeff Edwards doing over in Singapore? Like, I mean, does the time zone and all this stuff really make a difference?
Maybe the points it's like a different conversion rate over there that he's not figuring out. Okay.
Dude, I can't wait for just like one day you share your screen on this thing and it just pops up on like your porn browser. Like, this is dangerous, dude. Letting us
my history. Dan Renner porn pics.
Not that photo.
No!
Inside.
What league did I say he was in? Old Hall? Yeah, here we go. All right, so California Redhawks. Josh Allen. Mostert has been bad. Moss is bad. Jefferson, very good. London, Flowers. Okay, this is a solid core. Kincaid's pretty good.
Pretty decent. Oh,
Cooper was very bad, but now could be okay. He doesn't have a bench.
He started
an empty
Tampa Bay defense against the Falcons. That hurts.
Ooh, yeah. Was that negative? That was 3. He doesn't. He's missing a bench spot. Or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yep,
You
he's
can pick
missing a
somebody
bench
up,
spot.
Christian. I want to do that. Yeah, and he doesn't have running backs. That's the problem. Mostert and Moss are both the secondary backs on their team, so that'll.
Don't I know it, brother? Running back, a no running back core will hurt you.
That will. Even though we could potentially start 4 wide receivers, you still need at least 2 running backs.
Dude, I mean, I have Amon Ra, Devontae Adams, Malik Neighbors. I mean, I literally thought that could carry me, but nope. Anyway, so Christian, so maybe we have let's see what's Christian got. Maybe Christian needs some love. Maybe it's anti-curse week. Can we?
Oh, so we bet the worst team.
Yes, let's take a look at the worst team.
Okay, he does have the most points scored against him, so that's not doing him any favors. But
I have that poop thing too.
I have that poop thing too. Okay. Well, I could see some of this. I could see Allen scoring on the ground, and Mostert, and Jefferson.
Well, Allen's gonna pass. Allen's definitely passing for a TD or 2 here
against Miami for sure. Yeah.
I'm definitely going to take. He's probably like 1.5, so I think he's got 2 TDs in him. I don't know. I might go under on Mostert scoring a TD.
Okay, Moss the under probably. He hasn't scored in 6 weeks.
Yeah, I think. Who's he got? Las Vegas though. I mean, I guess you got defense. You got Max Crosby. They'll probably be tossing it more than they'll be running it. So
Jefferson good.
Okay, so we'll take the under on Moss. We'll bet the over on Jefferson. Probably yards. And who do they play? Sorry,
Indianapolis. They could shred that defense.
They could shred it. So maybe
same thing with London.
Double up on. Fuck you, Drake London. You killed.
Do we go back to the well on London?
Yeah.
This does seem like a case of where we bet him. We don't bet him. Don't bet him. Bet him. He's terrible. We don't bet him. He goes off.
And it's Dallas's defense. Like I feel like we gotta take the overs, some sort of over, whatever the over is. We'll take the over on London.
Yeah. Zay, I mean, Denver defense is hard, but he's pretty good.
I mean, look at it. Is that 12? Is it 12 targets?
12 targets. Yeah.
12 targets, 7 receptions.
Yeah, 10, 11, 12, 12. That's a shitload of targets, man.
I know. Maybe let's see what we got. Like, let's see what the line is. But maybe we take. I don't know. Maybe we look at his catches.
Yeah. I like that. Over on catches.
Mm-hmm.
So we could do over on catches for Flowers, over touchdown London, over touchdown and yards Jefferson, under. What, yardage or touchdown for Moss?
I think under 1 probably for Moss is probably what the line will be. Under 1 for Mostert.
And then over
1.5 touchdowns for Josh Allen. And then we got to take the Kincaid touchdown. I just feel against Miami we have to. Oh God, he's got Amari. What do we do with? Oh man, that's interesting.
Yeah. Does he throw 2 and they're both to Cooper and Kincaid?
Yeah, like what if we take the Kincaid touchdown? I mean, like I wonder if Amari's lines have been adjusted for
his bad game last week.
For his like against. I don't know. Fuck you, Tom Keenan. Fuck you, Tom Keenan. I don't know why my voice sounds like that. I listened to my podcast back. Sorry, Tom texted me. So why does my voice sound so girly? Like, is this how
it doesn't?
I mean, dude.
That's mean, Tom.
But yeah, so we'll take. I think of Cooper. Let's look at his yards because I think if it's like 40 some yards or something like that, we'll take the over against the Miami defense. Yeah, and then McPherson, can he make 2 field goals
against Vegas? Yeah, I could see that.
Mm-hmm.
What is he averaging right now? Attempts 1. He's averaging 2 a game. Over that.
So we'll take 1.5.
Okay. I'm actually gonna put this together right now. Not on the screen though.
No, don't go into your like account balance and show.
I'm gonna show my social security number right now.
Yeah. Wait, what was the that was it? Okay, so I think so we're riding on Red
Yeah, we're
Hot.
going the opposite right now. We're going with the
Okay.
worst team we can find, and we're gonna attempt to push them over the top.
Okay. Also, too, I've got to, since I feel like this is the new system. We'll ride with Christian. I'm gonna figure this out. But I think my proposal, Austin, is that we look at each league and we roll 2 dice because there's 12 teams in each league except for one. Is that right?
Right.
Is that right? Yeah. So what we'll do is roll 2 dice, and then whatever the die lands on, we'll add that up, and then so like 4 and 4. Then we'll take the eighth seed team, and we'll put a parlay together for that team, and we'll have the special D League dice or whatever we're gonna call these little cursors, these little monsters, and then that's how we're gonna put the parlay together. But this week, before that is implemented, what we'll do is we will ride on Red Hawks for this week for sure.
Okay.
Who else we got?
A lot of these are not up yet.
Yeah.
Like I can't find anything for Josh Allen, so we'll have to wait.
That's fine. We're
Cool.
Sunday men. We're Sunday men.
That's right. All right, on to presidents. Jameson is currently not in playoffs, which I don't think I've seen in like a decade. He's down in 7th.
Okay,
Hanks,
what does he need? Okay, let's look at your brother's team, because this is the anti-curse week. So if your brother needs a win to like kind of be in playoff contention, let's look at his team. Let's see what we're going with. Oh, we got a little Monty. All right, we can work with this. So we're on your brother, and we're going with Christian.
Monty TD, Achane TD, Lamb TD. Kraft has been on fire. Kraft TD. Chase Brown TD. Chase Brown TD.
Wait, really?
Moss,
Chase Brown
right?
TD?
Maybe. I don't know.
Wait, what is he doing over there on them yardage? What's the?
It's been steadily going down. But he does have 4 TDs. He scored last week.
But we did just say like we almost have to use the same logic with Zach Moss. We should look at his yardage and say that like the Vegas line is going to be stout. Maybe, I don't know. They're going to throw. I think they'll throw it more against Vegas than they will run it. So,
well, these guys are out. Okay. Well, maybe Bucky Irving isn't. Bucky's fucking good.
I mean, God, if you put Bucky in there, I'd probably take Bucky against.
KC though, KC's defense is disgusting. It's so good.
Okay, so we're definitely. What do we do with Sam Darnold?
Over 1.5 if that's the line. You can destroy Indianapolis through the air.
Yeah. All right.
So over Darnold 1.5 if that's the line. Montgomery over 1. Achane over 1. Lamb over 1. Kraft over 1. I don't know about Watson.
That means we take the under. Then we take the under on Watson. We say Watson won't score 1, or
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they're both Green Bay too. So, okay.
And
I don't know what to do with Pierce. So, whatever. He's a wild card. Look at this: 20-0, 20-0. Like, what is this guy?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe if his like over is like 2 catches or something like that. I don't like maybe take it.
Yeah.
Because like, what do the Vikings give? Like, I don't know. The Vikings are pretty stout. So.
Yeah. What is their? Let me look here. Yardage wise, they've given up a decent amount of yardage.
So they give it up to
just not a lot of points. So interesting.
So definitely got to crunch the numbers on this one, but we'll find one. I mean, dude, remember the best thing about these are like $5 to win 3,000. So you know, all we need to do is win on either Red Hawks or old JMO, and we're Gucci.
This whole year is made up.
I wish that were true.
All right, so then Hanks lost for the first time ever. Sorry about that, buddy.
Yep.
And then Jeff finally got a dub. His long national nightmare is over. He beat Corey, which is a good win because that keeps him sort of alive in playoffs. Yeah,
Well, since we like
not
Jeff
bad
so
of it.
much, I mean, can he do it again is the real question. I mean, he's a loser, so I mean, this is the anti-curse week. Who really needs us to touch them?
But we've already bet somebody with Jameson in present.
Oh, okay. So Jameson
we can't double up.
Yeah, no, we can't double up. Yep.
Right.
So we'll get Jeff next week. Sorry, Jeff.
Yeah, you're still a loser, but we just won't bet you this week.
I mean, we love you, but you know.
Right. We can get Dave. Davo's our big loser. Look at this guy. 27.
Dude, how is Davo? I mean, God, we're gonna have to come back to that, man.
Discuss Davo in his own podcast.
I mean, Davo needs probably like a 30-minute segment just on him.
Yes. That's pretty much everything I have for league specific things. Just some matchup stuff and interesting results. We can go on to the only thing from mailbag that I thought was interesting was Goose asked who had the most points in a loss, and across all of the teams across 8 weeks, it was Mason, who is currently 0-8. He lost a game where he scored 150. So that is fucking just atrocious. That's brutal. I'm sorry, man.
Okay. I mean, was that recently or was that a long
last
time
week
ago? Okay, so I mean, Mason actually
fits
in our category.
Okay, yeah, that's true.
Touching losers. This segment is called
Touching Losers.
maybe it should be called the Losers Touch instead of Touching Losers. I mean, you know, just.
Let me make sure he doesn't have anybody on his bench that he would put in. Maybe Evan Ingram instead of Kate Otten. But yeah, okay. We got Bo Nix.
Okay, so what if we take Bo Nix rushing over?
Yes.
Because I feel like he's gonna be scrambling.
Rushing here. 4 yards last week, but it's Carolina. 61-75.
Woo! Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, 25-47. Like, yeah, so he's up and down on the rush overs, just like the Loser's Touch is. Here he comes. Big old game for like maybe 40 yards. Let's see what them rush overs are. But I like the rush overs against Kansas City's pressure.
Baltimore's. But yeah.
I mean, Baltimore. Sorry, I was looking at Patrick Mahomes, and yeah, I know they're on bye. So, or no, they're not. They're on against TV. Sorry, I'm drinking.
Gibbs, we could do rushing overs, maybe a touchdown. Not sure. Gibbs is incredible. Let's see if he can pop one. I'm not sure.
I think if he pops one, I mean, it's going to be Green Bay. I do think that they have a pretty decent defense, but at the same time, like, I don't think Motor City Dan Campbell is as stupid as some of these other coaches. Like we just talked about, like how last week how Breece Hall and Allen both aren't getting the fucking rock and like just ramming it down teams' throats over and over and over. Like give your best players the ball. I do think that Motor City Dan Campbell is smart enough to know that like you've got to feed Monty, you feed Gibbs, like. I'm okay with taking the rush overs, maybe a touchdown. Let's see what his overs are, but I'm okay on one of those two things happening for Gibbs.
Perfect.
You took the under on Mostert. I don't know why we would change.
Maybe we go over catches for Neighbors. I mean, look at the targets this guy gets.
Yeah, but Neighbors' lines are always so high. It's disgusting how like usually they sit around 6.5. But
damn.
Yeah.
Well, he's beat that every time except week 1 and
except 3-4 times.
Twice.
Well,
he was injured the other 2 times and didn't play. So
yeah, but he had 15 targets. He has 7. Am I reading that right? It's 5, 10, 8, 12, 7. I mean, so he does get, and it's against Washington, who doesn't exactly have the shutdown defense. So maybe it's, I think he doesn't score touchdowns. That's the problem.
Yeah,
he catches a lot of balls for a lot of yards. So maybe we go with the yards as a safe.
Actually, yeah, that's good. Yeah, he's gotten over 50 every single game except against Philly. So
all right, so maybe
we'll see what the yardage on that is.
And we take a low yard. Well, let's take like a over on low yardage and just like kind of like it'll reduce the payout of the parlay, but it'll also help like in a whatever this is 8-10 way parlay. We can put him down a little bit. Marvin Harrison. It's a boom or bust. It's a feast or a
Famine.
a famine. Thank you. I don't know. What do we think of Chicago? They just.
Ooh.
I think we just look at Scary Terry's numbers and like cut those like his catches in half from Scary Terry and just say, okay, that's basically what Marvin Harrison is going to put up.
So no touchdown, 3 catches ish. We could go over whatever his yardage though is.
We could go over the
Scary
yards.
Terry had like 110 yards, I think.
Yeah. So if Marvin Harrison Jr.'s is like 7 catches, I think we just go under. But let's see.
Yeah.
We'll go on that one. We said Pooper for over the yardage if it's like 40, 50.
Yep. Cade Otton. I feel like tight end's a pretty good matchup actually to KC.
And I do feel like
Look at these numbers.
Baker has built a ton of rapport with Cade Otton.
Yeah.
And especially since Cade scored, I mean, I who else is he throwing to? Honestly,
There's nobody. Maybe we go over catches.
Yeah, I like that against KC. Dink and dunk.
Yep. I'm not sure if Myers is going to play or not. They're limited. Maybe
we'll wait to
on
see
that
on
one.
Myers.
If he's playing, I feel like we can go over on catches because they don't have it. It's him and Bowers. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Bass, we go back to the well.
There we go. or does Buffalo?
He's only attempted 2 field goals. He's never gone over 2.
Oh my
Maybe we
God.
just don't touch Bass. I don't like Bass. I don't like this guy. Or maybe we
Against
do.
Miami, maybe. Yeah, I mean, if we're gonna do it right, maybe just say under 2. But it could blow the whole thing up. But
let's go over 2 on Bass.
I think that they go. I think they go and just like. I don't know. I don't think the Bills are gonna have a problem putting it in the end zone against Miami.
Yeah, true. And then we didn't touch defense, right?
No.
Okay. Perfect.
All right.
Congrats, Mason.
So we got Mason, K-Swin, and we got your brother. We've got the losers touch, not the touch and losers. But we got the losers touch parlay coming up, boys. And like we said, we're gonna let's make some money.
Let's make some moolah, baby.
So that's what's coming up this week.
We did it.
We did it.
Banger pod, dude.
I love it, dude. The energy is like up. I'm so glad you have me back, dude. This is the highlight of the week. So appreciate you having me on. And I just think yeehaw, baby. Let's go.
Yeehaw, baby. All right, let's play some Space Marine. Probably not tonight, but I might be able to play some tomorrow.
All right, man. You let me know.
Thanks, everybody. Bye.
Bye.